Hello everyone, meteorologist Shane Smith here with another video blog on December 10th, 2010, talking about the upcoming winter storm. We are still on track for everything and already have our first batches of watches and warnings out. It is just before 7 o'clock on Friday evening. Had a little bit of a nap earlier, ready to go. Let's go ahead and talk about what this winter storm is doing as of all the 12Z model runs. Already got winter storm watches up for far eastern Kentucky, stretching all the way from Pike County down along to Bell County in extreme southeastern Kentucky. Those run from late Saturday evening through Monday evening. So we are already got winter storm watches up, meaning significant snowfall is possible over in West Virginia. Already have winter storm warnings, or excuse me, watches, that is, for Fayette, Raleigh, Pocahontas, Nicholas, and Greenbrier County. Those go Sunday morning through Tuesday morning. Once again, watching for significant snowfall accumulation, dangerous wind chills, a lot of blowing and drifting snow, and some brutal cold temperatures. Let's map it all out with the forecasting models. Starting out with the GFS, we are going Saturday evening, 7 o'clock. Once again, by this point, rain should just be breaking out west of the I-75 corridor. No snow at this point. Looks like the snow is going to be contained back to southern Indiana and southern Illinois. Most of western Kentucky seeing rain at this point. NAM showing a similar solution, although holding the rain back a little bit. We're going to also look at the Euro this time around. See, very similar position to the low, a little bit weaker than the NAM and GFS by this point with it. And you can see that cold air funneling in behind it, minus 16 degrees Celsius at 5,000 feet just behind it, and that bright pink over northern Missouri. That's the cold air heading our way that is really driving this storm. Fast forwarding until Sunday morning, 1 a.m. By this point, we are seeing rain changing to snow across most of Kentucky. The models have sped up the changeover compared to last night's run. So what we are looking for now is Sunday overnight, say after midnight, before 3 or 4 a.m., most of Kentucky should be seeing snow, rain at this point in West Virginia, but don't worry, that snow is coming and it's coming quick. NAM showing a pretty similar solution also. Once again, the NAM toying with that idea of a third low pressure spinning up down towards Alabama. Once again, if that happens, more moisture gets pulled into the storm. It could be a little bit higher totals for southern Kentucky. Also, all the models going pretty consistent with the development of a secondary low off the coast of the Carolinas. That's going to bring a nor'easter to the New England states, throw more snow back towards southern West Virginia thanks to upslope snow. So got a lot of players on the board for this system as it rolls on through. Sunday morning, 7 a.m., rain changing to snow in West Virginia at this point. All snow in Kentucky, according to the GFS. The NAM likes this idea as well. I think the changeover from rain to snow happens across southern West Virginia between 6 a.m. and noontime. Starting the west, your coalfield counties, you'll see the changeover first. Then the last place to see the changeover will be the Greenbrier Valley. Although in the Greenbrier Valley, I want to point out, this rain you'll see in the morning could start out as a period of freezing rain and sleet, as some of the forecasting models are putting your temperatures below freezing at the surface Saturday night into Sunday morning. So you could see for Greenbrier County, Summers County, Monroe County, maybe even as far west as Bluefield, could see just a little bit of rain changing to freezing, or excuse me, freezing rain and sleet changing to rain before it changes back over to snow. Sunday 1 p.m., by this point, all of West Virginia in the snow, according to the GFS. The NAM agrees. Skipping forward to Sunday, 7 o'clock. Kentucky taking a little bit of a reprieve from the snow by this point as the drier air from that dry slot works in. That is this area right in here where you don't see any precipitation showing up. That means you'll see a brief break in the action before more snow starts up later on Sunday evening, say closer to midnight. We'll look at the Euro. Cold air already in place by this point across Kentucky. We could be talking temperatures teens, single digits by this point at the surface. Next couple of frames, we're just going to go straight NAM and ignore the GFS and Euro just for time's sake. By 1 a.m., snow going across West Virginia and Kentucky as that dry slot's already off to the east. 7 a.m., snow continuing pretty much east of I-65, west of the West Virginia border. 1 p.m., snow wrapping up in central Kentucky, continuing in eastern Kentucky and all of West Virginia at this point. And by 7 p.m. Monday night, snow mainly confined to West Virginia, although the highest elevations of Letcher, Harlan, Bell, Pike County could still be seeing snow in Kentucky. Totals wise, according to the NAM model, you can see putting down a general 1 to 3 inches from Lexington over to Louisville down towards Somerset. Bowling Green getting a little less than that, a little bit more in places like London. That's showing 2 to 4 inches, even more along the Kentucky-Virginia border counties, and over in West Virginia at this point, by Monday evening, 6 inches plus for most of the area, a likely bet. So that's why the winter storm watches have already been put out. They will likely be upgraded to warnings tomorrow. And the other thing I want to mention about this storm system, once again, as we take another look at Monday night at 7 o'clock on the GFS, there's going to be a lot of wind with this system. Notice how many of these little black lines you have coming off this low pressure. Those are isobars. Those are lines of equal pressure. And when you get a low that tightly wound and that strong, with another strong high pressure just off to the west, that is going to create a lot of wind. We're talking wind gusts in excess 40 miles per hour possible Sunday into Monday, and maybe even lasting into Tuesday morning in West Virginia. So that's going to create two problems: dangerous wind chills below zero and a lot of blowing and drifting snow. So the snow is going to be hard to measure, and it's going to cause some serious issues for travel, because even though those plow trucks will be out plowing, that snow could easily get blown back onto the highways. Alright, next model, European, Monday night. Temperature wise, we are talking very cold. Single digit lows, a good possibility across eastern Kentucky and southern West Virginia, and wind chills below zero are not a stretch at this point. We could be seeing some brutally cold wind chills. Tuesday morning, GFS, snow confined to West Virginia. Same for Tuesday evening. The coldest of the air sets up shop over West Virginia. By this point, Western Kentucky temperatures start moderating a little bit, and by Wednesday morning, high pressure moves in and should shut off the upslope snow in West Virginia. GFS totals a little bit higher than the NAM because it goes out a little bit farther. This is through Wednesday morning. Notice most of central Kentucky flirting with about 4 inches, 1 to 3 Louisville, about 2 Bowling Green, London flirting somewhere between 4 and 8. The border counties, places like Black Mountain over to Pike County, could be seeing upwards half foot plus, 6 to 10 inches, a good bet. And in southern West Virginia, looking like right now 8 inches, if not more, in the highest elevations. Places like Quinwood, Raynell, Richwood, Snowshoe, foot plus, not out of the realm of possibility. My take on snowfall totals, we're going to call for less than 2 inches along the I-65 corridor into the west. That does include Bowling Green. We're going to be optimistic and go 2 to 4 for Louisville. That also includes E-Town and Somerset. Lexington going to be on that border between 2 to 4 and 3 to 6, so we'll call it 2 to 5. Lexington, same thing for London. A little bit higher totals up towards Moorhead, back over towards Huntington, West Virginia. Eastern Kentucky, 5 to 10 inches in the highest elevations in that area, highlighted in the red. 4 to 8 in that area between the red circle and the purple circle. Now, I had to adjust my totals a little bit up in West Virginia because I had a little goof while I was making this map. We're going to call it 6 to 12 across most of southern West Virginia in that area in the purple, and a foot plus in the red. Just be watching out for some heavy blowing snow and some brutal cold wind chills. I know the National Weather Service in Charleston, in their hazardous weather outlook, mentioned that Pocahontas and Randolph counties may have to go under blizzard watches or warnings because of the reduced visibility and the winds from this storm. That's something we'll keep an eye on. That's all the time we have for right now. I'll have another update coming either tomorrow morning or around noontime, just depending on when I get up and get going. And we'll adjust the totals once again. If anything, I might trim them back a little bit in central Kentucky, depending on how the next set of models comes in, and depending on how this storm is looking and how quickly that cold air catches up, because that is going to really play the determining factor on the initial burst of snow, followed by the prolonged snow after the dry slot Sunday night into Monday. So once again, just a quick recap of what you can expect. Snow starts Saturday night, Sunday morning for western Kentucky after starting as rain. So we'll go rain western Kentucky before midnight, rain all of eastern Kentucky before midnight, changing to snow by Sunday morning, changing rain to snow in West Virginia sometime between, let's say, 8 a.m. and about 2 p.m. In southern West Virginia. The farther west you are, the sooner it's going to change. And then watching for a prolonged snow that's going to last Sunday night through Monday in eastern Kentucky and may linger into Wednesday morning in southern West Virginia. So once again, this has been meteorologist Shane Smith. Thanks for checking out this video blog on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, and we will catch you later.